Good morning, Year 2s, and welcome to your phonics learning for today. Hopefully you've had a go at your starter activity and you're ready to learn something new this morning. Now, we are going to be moving our learning on in phonics to start trying to use our phonics knowledge to help us with our spellings. And today we are looking at the phoneme that matches the picture on my screen. I wonder if you are looking at this picture, can you say out loud the sound it represents and make the action for me? Well done if you said k. This is the k phoneme, and today we're going to be looking at different ways of spelling this phoneme, this sound. Remember, phoneme means sound. I wonder if you already know some ways of spelling this sound. Maybe you could pause the video here and write those graphemes down, the letters that you know already that represent the sound k. Pause the video and write those down for me. Great, we will see if any of those come up later in today's lesson. What I'd like you to do next is to have a read through this text, and I want you to find all of the k sounds in the text and colour them in, or highlight them, or circle them, or write them down in some way. I'll read it to you once in case you don't have an adult with you there, and then you can have a go at the activity, and I'll reveal the answers on the next page. Jack and Jill were carrying buckets up the hill. It was more difficult than it looked. The cold wind blew constantly, making them roll back down. But they kept trying and continued their challenge until they were successful. See if you can find all of those k phonemes for me. Pause the video to have a go. Hopefully you found them all. Let's have a look on the next page. Give yourself a pat on the back if you found plenty of those k phonemes in the text. You might notice there are only 3 different phonemes in here today. There is the letter C working on its own to make the k phoneme. There's the letter K working on its own to make the k phoneme. And then there are some digraphs, the C and the K working together, 2 letters making one sound, k. We're going to have a look specifically at these graphemes today and think about how we might use them to help us with our spelling. Meet the k family. All of these family members can be used to spell that k phoneme. We can use a letter C. What letter is this? That's right, it's the letter K. We can have both those letters together as a digraph, the C and the K. We can also use a Q and a U. What sound do these normally make? Yes, that's usually representing the qu phoneme, but it can also be used in some cases to spell the k phoneme too. This letter is an X. What sound does it normally represent? Yes, it's normally a x sound, but it can also be used to spell the k sound as well. And then this grapheme, the C and the H, which usually makes a ch sound, can also spell the k phoneme as well. Today, we're just going to focus at the 3 family members who are in red and the same graphemes that you found earlier in the phoneme spotter text. So let's find out some more about them so you can have a go at a spelling activity. Now, big sister k finds it hard to hear long sounds, so she appears after all of those short vowel sounds. Big sister is spelt with a C and a K. Those short vowel sounds, we've seen these before when we were using our spelling rules, and I've popped the pictures on the screen to help you. If we hear an A, I, O, or an before the k phoneme, we are probably going to be using big sister, the CK digraph, like in the word snack, neck, flick, shock, and pluck. But remember, sometimes the letters that you can see in purple do not make the short sounds. By short sounds, I mean A, I, O, A. If they're making an A, E, I, O or an U sound, then we do not apply this rule. So it's only when we hear them making these short sounds that we use big sister. Let's have a look at some of the other people in the family. Toddler has just learned to walk, and she spends all of her time running ahead of the crowd, being super busy. So, because of this, she is used before most letters in the alphabet. In fact, all of them, except for these three, E, I and Y. So, we might see her in words like crisps, collect, crimson and acorn. The letter C is the most common way we would spell that k phoneme, and we'll see her quite a lot. Then we have a grandpa, and he takes charge of the letters and sounds that both the other children missed out. So, whereas big sister only comes after short vowel sounds, grandpa comes after all of the other sounds that are made by the vowel letters, the long vowel sounds. And then, just like how toddler comes before all of the letters in the alphabet except for E, I or Y, grandpa only comes before the letters E, I or Y. So he is kind of like the opposite to the other two children you've just met. We might find him in words like king, kettle, sky, shark, link and walk. I've popped here a picture to remind you he comes after any sound that is not a short vowel sound. I have put all of those family members onto one sheet together so you can see the rules to help you with your next challenge. You can find those attached to the assignment back in Teams. Your challenge today is to look at these words with the k phoneme in them. All of them have that phoneme in them, and I would like you to have a go at spelling these words today, using those spelling rules to help you. I will say the words that these pictures represent so that you can then have a go at spelling them. And all of the answers for today's challenge, I've popped a picture of them online onto Teams in the resources section of the assignment. So, are you ready to hear your words for today? Fab. Here we have Kevin. This is a jacket. Here are crayons. I've got a bucket. This is a kingdom. Here are stickers. We have a crab shell. And finally, camping. You might need to go back and replay me saying those words if you forget what any of the pictures represent. Have a go at spelling those words, remembering to use the rules from those family members. Use that resource to help you on Teams, and then you can send me a picture of the words you've spelt. If you really want to impress me and challenge yourself, maybe you can try and use some of your words in a sentence, or even come up with some words with the k phoneme in them yourself and impress me with your spelling even more. I look forward to seeing what you get up to, then I'll see you again tomorrow when we'll have a look at the same phoneme but the other members of the family. Take care and see you soon. Bye.